first he put his finger on his forehead. That's where I lost complete respect for Koichi. You are not gonna put your fucking hands on me, man. But you didn't stand up for yourself in the least. Like, he allows Eren's existence to dominate his self-worth. The same, he allows these people to define him. They say you're trash, so you believe it. And I'm not saying Koichi is the most creative, well-executed genius out there. But he struggles with things that they don't even teach him. And this is a bad thing about, like, things that I see here in Japanese society. Like, they come out the gate making demands of him, expecting, this level of competency and efficiency without showing him the ropes. They just expect him to observe and to absorb by osmosis. That's not how works, man. That's not how human beings learn. Everybody has a different aptitude. Everybody has a different learning style. Everybody has different tools at their disposal. Your goals as management is should be able to teach this person how to do the job, recognize their talents, be able to cultivate those, and be able to instruct them in a way that they're able to grasp what you want them to do. If you're not able to equip me with the tools as to how to do the job, how the frick am I supposed to be able to do it? Not everybody just learns like that, or even just in the first instance. Yet they demand all this from him. One thing we've learned, people who went to college, the real world and college are vastly different. A lot of the you learn at school is useless in the professional sphere. And we see him get reamed, taken to the woodshed for things that, like, you're supposed to be able to see, recognize. Oh, it's inadequate. You are not a mentor to him. Like, the mentorship is trash. Like, it goes back to school. They don't ask questions. People don't raise their hand. They're just preaching at people, teaching at people. You're not talking to them. You're talking at them. You're missing the whole point of them being in the classroom. It's not for them to memorize. It's for them to learn, man. So my last piece of him, or last piece for him, he folds under pressure and criticism. So even when he finally develops some level of competency, and he's making an attempt to stand on his own too, and he's given more, being more vocal in the meetings, and he's taking in information and being able to, give output that shows that he understands to a certain degree. They tear him down, like, analyze what he's saying, and a quick response, break down. Cool. I don't need to hear that you understand his assessment of the situation. How are you reviewing his level? How are you bettering him? Like I said, mentorship, it's freaking lacking. I understand that you know what you've had years upon years, upon years of experience in the industry. He's learning the freaking ropes, man. Help him out. Don't just degrade him. Like, he's debilitated. He's deflated. They need someone, at least two people, and one that's non-biased, to review the manager, the supervisor. Take you aside, that supervisor, and say, what you gave him is inadequate. What is he going to learn from that? Oh, that he didn't know how to do the job. Hello, we knew that. He's in year 1 or year 2. Or he's still new to the company. Within the first, 5 years or whatever, in this department. Teach him. So he falls under that criticism, and then he ends up learning by his own error. Like, eventually, of course, like, repeating over and over and over. If he doesn't quit, and, he's not an idiot. Koichi's, he's intelligent. So he eventually learns. But he cannot stand up for himself professionally. At all. Like, I had it up to, my last straw. I don't even know how to say it in this moment, but it just pisses me off. Was when dude took his award, put it in a box, came up to him like this and jacked him up. I'm like, first he put his finger on his forehead. And I was just like, that's where I lost complete respect for Koichi. Because you're 24, 25, whatever. You are not gonna put your fucking hands on me, man. And then you take it to you jack me up. You put me in a emasculating position. Okay, I guess I'm just getting fired because you are not walking off unscathed. We're gonna tussle, or you're gonna be on your ass in a minute or two, or under a minute. Because I'm not letting somebody do or talk to me like that. Like, that was rock bottom for me, as far as like, you didn't have a retort. You said a few words back, a few sentences, but you didn't stand up for yourself in the least. We closed it out with him saying, where he became like that last boss. I think it was Yanagi, and he became a mini him, and people in the company start calling him that mini version of this guy. And like I said, it's a poor, cheap imitation, because he reached a better level of competency, but then he's looking down on his colleague, who was his superior, but used to be the boss of that Yanagi guy. And then, Yanagi is not a human being. He just operates like a savant, in a realm of savant, but doesn't pay, attention to human emotions and stuff. And he's talking down to him, saying, at least I can do that. But you only did that because you're just imitating this one guy. It's not even you. You're doing an impersonation. You're an imposter syndrome. But Yanagi tells him that, and he says, don't say it. He's so afraid to hear the truth. You ain't got the talent to be acting like this, Koichi. That's why they took the project from you. And yeah, Koichi is shattered once again. And that's where we're left to pick up on episode 9 and see where we're going from here. But this is just quite a brutal anime. I would say it's a reality check. And it's harsh to see, but it would be better if the main character just recognized, walked in truth. Because this shell of a version that we're seeing, especially one with the lack of self-respect, it's just depressing. And I'm glad that they're showing this, though. I hope that more people see this for what it is. Someone in danger of letting other people run their life. But it starts with self-accountability. If he recognized and accepted and loved himself for who he was and for what he could do, instead of for what he couldn't, he wouldn't be walking down this wrong path. He wouldn't be walking in a place that he shouldn't be. This is not where he belongs. At least not in the capacity that he is now. But hey, man, I think it's a great anime because of that. Because it just shows that we need to be okay with the man in the mirror. But anyways, hey, as conflated as this was, this is what I got from this anime. Good watch. Hope you go and watch it. We're out.
Like, comment, share, and subscribe if you like.
Thanks for watching. Check me out at Centron Anime, Centron Life, or Centron Laughs, or other social media.